First off, I want to start by saying good morning to all of you out there. I know that it might be pretty early for some of you, and I get these early mornings. Sometimes we don't have our coffee, so we're going to be our best day. We're going to be our absolute best. I really want to address something. I've seen in the comment section a couple of times people have questioned our criticism of Kirk Cousins, and I wouldn't even say it's criticism, because I would venture to say we have been one of the more fair-ish. I said ish. Podcasts, and also honestly just channels that I think have been not so hard on Kirk Cousins. Now I'll admit I'll extend an olive branch here because I'm not right about everything. I have definitely been a Kirk Cousins critic in the past, but that was before I got enlightened. I was one of those people that went back and watched the tape and saw the fact that Kirk Cousins had possibly the worst interior offensive line. Like, if we're being for real, we're talking about the worst, literally, according to PFF, the worst graded pass blocking center in all of football last year. The worst. Now, I got nothing against Garrett Bradbury. I think maybe they can get something out of him in this, year 3 or 4? Maybe. We'll see. But the point is, we're shedding a light on this subject. It's time to stop the Kirk Cousins hate. Now, I will say, I get the whole stigma. I get the idea. I think the biggest thing why people target Kirk Cousins is because he makes a lot of money. He signed a fully guaranteed contract. I think he was like the first player ever to do that in the league. I get it. I understand it. You would think a player with that contract, no matter what, you got to elevate your team. Let's not forget, Patrick Mahomes is arguably the best quarterback in the NFL right now. No, let's not even put that up for debate. But Patrick Mahomes, arguably the best quarterback, even for that matter, Aaron Rodgers. What do those two guys have in common? Yes, they can win you a football game. Yes, they've won Super Bowls. One of the best things they have in common, in my opinion, it's actually a fact, they have one of the best interior offensive lines. And we talk about in terms of protection, run blocking, mainly protection. I maybe not be run blocking, so we'll just use protection. But in terms of center, Creed Humphrey for the Chiefs last year was a major find. One of the best. I think he graded over a 90.0 or had over a 90.0 PFF grade for the Chiefs last season. Literally a diamond in the rough. You love it. I think he was drafted in the 3rd round. Stud. Okay. The Green Bay Packers have one of the best interior offensive lines. Just honestly one of the better offensive lines in the entire NFL, and it baffles me. Like, quarterbacks, I've realized this, especially if you watch tape now. Obviously, you want your protection to be as good as it possibly can. That's just the cut down the middle, bar none. But if you don't have such a good tackle, whether it's the left or right side, I mean, the left side, if you're a right-handed quarterback, obviously the blind side, it's tougher to be able to kind of get away from some of that because you obviously can't see what's going on. But Kirk Cousins has shown, even look at the tape last year when guys like Rashad Hill were playing, they were able to mask that a little bit of a chip, or Kirk Cousins was able to step up in the pocket. Like, they were able to mask bad tackle play pretty well. Play on the inside, not so much. When you've got your center getting bench press, awkward pause, right? When you have your center literally getting bench press into you every single snap, it's hard. Like, I understand that, I'm not here to make excuses. Has Kirk Cousins gotten it done? No, but we need to shed a light on a more serious issue here. It's the fact that this Vikings interior offensive line, now I'll extend another olive branch. Ezra Cleveland, I've loved him ever since he came out of Boise State, I believe. He's actually been one of the lone bright spots on the inside. But when we talk about the right guard show last year, wow. We talk about Garrett Bradbury as well. One of the worst. I think he was the worst pass blocking center in all of football last year. So I get the fact. I get why people, again, why they want to hate on Kirk Cousins. He's had all these weapons, and also let's also not forget the fact that this man, I mean, if we're being honest, back in 2019, the last time this man had a top 10-15 defense, the Vikings shocked the Saints. They made it to the divisional round of the playoffs, but they still had one of the worst interior offensive lines in all of football. Like, it baffles me. Like, I understand the fact that, the Vikings, and particularly Kirk Cousins, is going to receive a lot of hate, but I think it's time to stop that hate because, yes, statistically, is he a little bit of a stat stuffer? Yes, I get it. But at the same time, Vikings fans, I can speak from my own experience being a Vikings fan, we have experienced way worse way worse over the years. I mean, do we want to forget Christian Ponder? Have we forgotten about Christian Ponder? Please tell me you haven't forgotten about him, because I would love to bring this man up in a conversation. Have we forgotten about people? This is one thing that drives me nuts. People bring up Tavares Jackson. I got a soft spot for T-Jack. May he rest in peace. I love that man. But, overall, we've had our share of bad quarterbacks. Brooks Bollinger, like, the list goes on. Gus Frerotte had his moments, but I mean, I would say now, outside of Brett Favre for that 1 year, for that 1 year, obviously the next year it wasn't great. Kirk Cousins might be the Vikings' best quarterback in the last 20 years. I don't care about Dante Culpepper, Matt Castle, Donovan McNabb, anybody. No. Kirk Cousins, I would argue, is the best Vikings quarterback in the last 20 years. Easy. Other than, and I think he's up there in terms of like franchise quarterbacks. Now, obviously they didn't draft him, but he's up there. Like he certainly has played like a top quarterback at times. Now, again, I will extend one last olive branch, and then I'll let you guys go for your morning. I hope you guys have a great day. But at the end of the day, has he gotten it done in big time? No, but it's not. At the end of the day, it is not just about that. We've talked about how the fact that Patrick Mahomes did get help on the interior line. Trey Smith drafted in the 6th round last year. Creed Humphrey, a 3rd round draft pick last year. Like, they've gotten him help on the interior offensive line. He has shined for it. They also got him, that left tackle up, Orlando Brown Jr. So listen, they got him help, and it really paid off dividends because they're continually in the playoffs. They're really good. They're a really good team. Defensively, they've continually pieced together a solid defense, or at least a defense that's good enough to get it done. The Vikings haven't had that over the last couple of years. It's time to call a spade a spade. It's time to stop the Kirk Cousins hate, and it's time to give this man a little bit of ease. If the Vikings get this interior offensive line figured out, if the Vikings defense steps up, Kirk Cousins can lead the Vikings to where they want to go. But let us know what you guys think. Maybe it's time. It's definitely time to stop the Kirk Cousins hate. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. We love every single one of you guys. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love you. In the description down below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it up. But let us know what you guys think about it being time to stop the Kirk Cousins hate.